The TACK Paragon has no reason to go this hard. Probably the most badass looking Paragon yet. This is the Crucible of Steel and Flame. For $200,000, you get spinning blades of balloon immolation. Ninja Kiwi's most descriptive description yet. So, this is early access. Thank you to Ninja Kiwi. If you're watching this right when it drops, the update will be live in, well, within several days. And here you'll see the TACK Paragon, as well as the other features, like the new map Last Resort, a new Battlecat activated power, and, you know, the usual bug fixes and balance changes. Let's talk about the new map, Last Resort. So it is advanced difficulty, and looking at it, it looks like it's just a reskin of Resort, which is the easiest map of all time. So what makes it advanced? Well, I guess let's take a look and see. First off, there's blockers everywhere. Can't place stuff here. And it looks like they only take one loop before exiting. I see. Okay, but what are the other, like, lanes for? Oh, round 4 is just a straight line. Okay. And let me guess, round 5? Okay. So, it looks like every 4 rounds, it cycles through. So, round 6 will go through the middle length of this one. Round 7 back to where round 3 was, and then round 8 is straight line. So, yeah. Those, divisible by 4 rounds are gonna be hard. Not to, again, mention the, the blockers on this map. You can't even place anything on the snow. The best you can do, I guess, is remove this for $1,000, which gives you, oh, just a small pawn? Damn, that's brutal. Cut my life into pieces. That's crazy. Also, is it just me, or is this... Are the balloons way faster? Look at the yellows. This is... No, I'm not fast forwarding. 1x speed? Guys, I don't think pinks normally move that fast. I'm gonna straight up die here. I swear to God. Well, if we are close to dying, well, I guess we will go ahead and drop one of those new powers then, right? The Battlecat, as mentioned in the patch notes. Apparently this is like in collaboration with Mattel or something. Since the main focus is the TACK Paragon, I'm not going to go into full detail on it. Just know that it claws balloons and there's a build that makes it big. Cool stuff, I guess. Oh, it also appears in the time between the Battlecat has left the battlefield, because I guess it only lasts a couple rounds, I think, after you transform it. Guess we'll go ahead and drop a base one then. Why not? Ninja Kiwi knew exactly what they were doing by putting around 40 in a straight line. I think I'm just gonna Maelstrom it off. Now, what I find kind of funny about this map release, I don't know if they intended for it to be used for the TACK Paragon, but this might be one of the worst maps of all time for the TACK Paragon, or just TACKs in general, because you can only place things under the track, pretty much over here. And you want that, because obviously due to the 3D-ish aspect of how the game works, putting TACKs above the track means less of them hit. If you put it down here, if mob comes through, like, even the TACK shooting downwards will hit. Needless to say, pretty unfortunate. I think what I will do is probably, for the TACK Paragon, put it in a better spot. The only way to do that would be to do a Key flagship and then game platforms. Gotta say, the Icicles TACK skin is perfect for the map we are playing on now. I just realized that it's been, like, 10 months since the last Paragon, the Sub-Paragon was released, which kind of surprised me that, I guess the gap between number 8 and 9 were that long. At this rate, it'll be like, what, 2040 till we finish all of the Paragons of this game, and that's not assuming they don't add more towers. Surely the community will be all alive and well by the year 2040. Now, let's think about, if we are going for the high degree TACK Paragon, what is the best thing to spam for cheap tiers? I think they're all the same cost, like, or very similar. Overdrive, Ring of Fire, Maelstrom, all tier 4s are within the $3,000 range, but I think Maelstrom edges it out by being a bit cheaper if you are on a bit of a budget. So remember, 17 of these. With the TACK Paragon being so cheap too, it's allowed me to get away with incredibly subpar farming. So, yep, as you see, perfect spot for the Paragon. We can pretty much afford it right now by selling the NFT, but how much more do we want to juice it up? Because the thing is, like, with it being the second cheapest Paragon in the game, it's very easy to get high degrees simply by, well, making more money. Yeah, so much so that I think, wait, I'm gonna actually die here because I forgot about the DDTs this round, but, if it's anything similar to what happened with the Dart Paragon, I remember during a boss, using Paragon Totems is bad. I think the same thing might happen here. Now, I think we'll go for this round, okay? So, sell this, and then we'll just make a mild amount of money in the cash line, okay? Not too much. I guess $100,000, it seems like. Sure. Sounds like a decent amount. I'm hoping for a degree 40, though, please. Did we get there? Indeed we did. There we have it, and we died instantly because... I guess I should mention, this thing can't pop camos. Yep, you heard that right. It's the first Paragon that can't do that. So what we have to do is decamo, right? Oh, but the issue is, like, since Paragons can't inherit buffs, you can't even do this. You have to literally buy decamo, see? Camo Village, no work. Even worse, there's no water in this map, and you can't fit a pool for a submarine. You can't be serious. Okay, we've got 4 forms of decamo. This, and this, but I'm not sure if that will be enough. We just kind of have to hope, and if we look aside from the lack of camo, is this not the coolest looking Paragon? I wish the planes and, like, you know, all their shots didn't get in the way of this amazing beauty, but if we slow it down, yeah, that is one mesmerizing ass pattern. Now, there's also targeting options. First, last, oh, that's for the meteor, I think. And in case you're wondering where the meteor is, I think it's part of the ability of the TACK. It's the top one right here. If I press it, this is what happens. It charges up. Oh, sorry, that's the other ability. My bad. This is the what they call the Maelstrom ability. According to Nutakui's patch notes, this ability gives the tower a temporary increase to lifespan and pierce in order to expand the coverage of the local Maelstrom. So it's a coverage and clean ability, meaning it has a short cooldown and is not for single target. I wonder how much the pierce is of, like, the TACK itself, because, like, it doesn't sound that useful unless the base pierce of it is low. I'm not going to activate the nuke ability. With that said, the meteor, I want to see first off the damage it can do. Surely this should be a single target killer when the bat is on top. And for degree 46, yeah, I'd say pretty fast, but that should be expected for a degree 46, of course. Anyway, these rounds are pretty tense, but it doesn't look like the techs are getting really pierce capped, so not really any need to use this. Now, the fact that it says projectile lifespan probably means that some of the techs you have the ability to re-hit, I'm assuming, so that does end up being a DPS increase. But again, without, like, the stats being data mined right now, I'm pretty much just guessing. Also, pardon me, but I just thought of a brilliant idea to solve the camo issue. How about we door gunner, because, like, I can put a portable light down here. I door gunner this and leave it up top. And there we have it. Now we don't need all of this in the way. See ya. And before I activate immediate impact, what does Nutakubi say? As the Maelstrom ability is more of a utility, a second ability is here to bring the damage. It calls down a blast that deals high damage to an unfair area. Any balloons foolish enough will be wiped out when this meteor breaks apart into a ring of 32 homing fireballs. Spicy. So that is where the top path aspect comes into play. We'll do it for round 111 here, even though there's not much. Low-key, it kind of looked like a first strike with that. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure if I noticed the fireballs there. Maybe we'll try again. Yeah, how about for the FCMGs here? Nuke. Drop it down. And that is a giant... Indeed, a giant blast radius, but I didn't see the fireballs. I guess that's probably a good call for a Sandbox. I can see not the greatest map to showcase it on, though, because, like, the fact that balloons are on the top means, like, it's even blocked out. The true size of that nuke can't really be seen if it's all the way up top there. Now, so gonna use here how much damage? From 6.07 M to enough to one-shot it. Damn. I'm not gonna lie, though, why does the TACK shooter have the... like, the first strike ability? Also, we need to decamo DETs over there, so let's move our door gunner back there then. But okay, ability active. You can see the TACK has much increased range with that. We'll reuse it so it's actually useful here. Does that actually increase the single target, though? How long is the uptime also? It seems pretty high. Like 80% for a degree 46, so I'm assuming because with higher degrees, as you know, the cooldown decreases. Does that mean at degree 100 you can basically have a permanent increased range TACK shooter? I would assume so. Again, when I mean increased range, I mean like increased lifespan, because you see the range indicator is not any bigger there. We did not need the nuke for that round. Also, there definitely is something to be said about the fact that this TACK Paragon somehow has 2 abilities attached to it, while it seems kind of weird that the other primary monkeys, they're basic. I mean, they were the first 2 to be released, the Dart Monkey and the Boomer Paragon. And it's very simple for how they work. You just drop them down, they do damage, you can't do anything else really. Obviously, it does provide passive buffs like the Boomerang, and the Dark Monkey excels in like maps with more walls, but it definitely does appear to be like every additional Paragon they add. They do want to add more to it, even though like the tower itself may be pretty basic in its earlier tiers. That's not a bad thing by any means. It just feels a bit different, you know? Oh, also, wow, we're not beating FZMGs. If this was a round divisible by 4, we would have lost. Now, is 140 divided by 4? Does that exist? Yes. 35. So, round 140 is going to be tough if we can't nuke it, because we're only going to have a straight line. Now, let me see if this can help increase DPS, or at least beat the ZMGs a bit faster before they turn them in. Yep. Good ability to have. Pretty much no reason to, like, spam it, like, with the high uptime of it. We don't really have to worry. Particle Overload. Anybody else? Oh, we died. This was a round divisible by 4. And it still got through. That should be a testament to more of how hard the map is, more than how bad the TACK Paragon is itself. I don't think you should be using a TACK Paragon in a straight line, or attacks in general, you know what I mean? It'll perform much better on a map like, well, Resorts, rather than Last Resort here. Now, to add on to what I was talking about earlier with, like, the complexity of having multiple abilities on this basic Paragon, I guess the abilities are very, like, simple. It's not like the Wizard Paragon where you gotta juggle your mana or anything like that. It's pretty much just a brainless click the ability when it's ready, at least for one of the abilities. The other one, I mean, I guess it's also pretty simple. You use it when there's high, HP stuff on the screen. So we saw the ability did at least 40,000 damage on 119, but how about here? I don't know if it's going to be enough to withstand. So 169k up to 242. Who wants to do the math on that? Like 80k? Wow, it did. We done diddly did it. Wait, I'm gonna have to use the... Oh, yeah. If not for the permaspike, I think we lose there. We actually still might lose, because I don't think I have the ability up for Bad 2, right? Or is it going to be barely up in time? Oh no. It ain't going to be up. No, it's going to be up. It's going to be up. Does this pierce through Bloons? No, it doesn't. So that's a one difference. The main difference between this and the First Strike / Sub Paragon, if it doesn't go through layers, it's much, much worse. And there we go. I see the fireballs. I see the fireballs. They're very small particles, but they are out there representing the Inferno Ring. I think the fact that I used it earlier means I should be able to get it off before it gets past the middle. And I moved the thing, remember? I moved the reactor so it could decamo. Nice. 140 has been cleared, but I don't think we last much longer with the fact that we don't have the nuke ability anymore. I don't think it's gonna be up for this whale bad. So 141 will be the end of the road. Or rather, the last resort for TACK Paragon on this map, at least with a D46. Wait, can I clutch? Wait, first, nuke. Nope, it doesn't pierce. That's unfortunate. Now, continuing does make your cooldowns reset, so we could go on and on and on and on. Obviously a bit cheesy though, so yeah, one more death, and I'd say that'd be a good time to call it. Maybe still a death in this round, because it's gonna be the same thing. Same thing. Barely getting the ability off. We need... Nope, didn't clutch the DTs. RIP. Experiment time. I want to see if the speed of the pinks is truly, different. So that's the speed of round 1. Round 2 seems slower. Round 3, even so. Round 4 is normal. Okay, I had a feeling that was how it works on this map. Because of how much extra length round 5 has compared to 4, they make it up by speeding up the balloons an insane amount. So, fair enough, I guess. And I guess not something we've necessarily seen on a map truly before. How about that attack, though? We'll do a quick sandbox test, in case I want to test stuff that I may not have seen as clearly. Again, for example, the nuke ability. Can I see the fireballs in a better action? Because, they were at the top last time, and indeed, there it is. Also, this is the upgraded slash up for degree 60. I can only assume it gets crazier at higher degrees. That right there is menacing, and you can see now with the tank in the middle of the screen just how satisfying the shape of the ability is. I'm also just going to test real quick. Out of curiosity, how much faster would using the ability pop around 40 bad, as opposed to if I did nothing to it at all? I can probably assume, obviously, the previous one's faster, but not by much, really. It's really just the range making a difference there. Okay. Also, how much damage does the, the residual fireballs do? So 80,000 on the first shot, and all the mini fireballs adding up to, wow, almost double the amount of the initial, so don't sleep on that. It's no wonder that the bats pop so quickly after, the nuke didn't actually kill it. I think we've already seen a lot of what the TACK Paragon has to offer, so we're gonna leave it there. Thank you for watching. So I guess my question is, how useful do you think this Paragon is gonna be? I can certainly see being, meta in bosses for obvious reasons. Tax zone farming pops is gonna go so hard. I'm licking my chops. But how about outside of that? Let me know your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe, and bye-bye.